there's nothing like cracking that cellophane and pulling that record out. It just smells great.
Welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Non-stop hardcore energy.
I love the show, guys. You're awesome.
Unlike any other.
With your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father.
Man, this stuff rocks.
Hey, this is Nick.
And this is Devin from Hold On Hollywood.
And you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
The views and opinions of the guests do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of BODS Mayhem Radio Network, its staff, affiliates, or sponsors. Parental discretion is advised. Welcome to BODS Mayhem Radio Network.
Hey everybody, welcome to BODS Mayhem Hour. I'm your host, John the Bod, a.k.a. the Bod Father. As always, I'm bringing you guys and gals awesome interviews. Today, it's an honor and a huge privilege to have Nick Dees and Devin Holden of Hold On Hollywood. Houston, Texas rock band Hold On Hollywood has released their EP, Love Stories, and you want to check out their music video for their single Movies, directed, shot, and edited by Blake Ralston. So you want to check all that good stuff out. So, Nick and Devin, how's it going?
Oh, man, it's going good, dude.
Glad to have you guys on the show, and let's talk about a little bit of Hold On Hollywood here.
Yeah, man, what do you want to know, man? We're open book.
How's it been working with Tag Publicity for you guys so far?
Oh, they're great, man. We worked with them on a release prior. We put out our music video for a song off our first EP, Save Me, and they helped us get it around, and they're just really good people. They're willing to work with us. Everything going on right now in the world is very weird with coronavirus and all that, and they were willing to, help make the ends meet for us right now while things are being so, weird out there. So they're just good people. They're solid guys to work with, and we appreciate all they can do for us.
Let's talk about how Hold On Hollywood came together.
This goes pretty far back, I think, how this got created initially. Nick and I were in a band actually together when we were growing up called Series 6. So we kind of learned the fundamentals of everything, just being in a band, writing together, playing shows. And once that band disbanded, we found our singer Ian and Corey in our little hometown of Houston. We thought they were a perfect fit for the image that we were trying to create. And here we are, years later. I think it worked out.
What's impressed or excited you guys the most about making the EP Love Stories, if anything? What sticks out the most for each of you?
For me, man, it was just really cool to be able to go into what we consider to be a big studio. This is our first time doing something like that. We went and recorded at Orb Studios in Austin, Texas, which Matt Noveski from Blue October, he's the bass player of that band. He kind of co-owns the studio there. He produced this EP with us. And, I know me and Ian personally are really huge fans. I know Devin and Corey also love the band a lot. We just all kind of grew up hearing their songs and, we're just fans of that man. And to be able to have him work on the EP with us was it was just crazy. It was like we'd known him forever. Such a cool guy, so down to earth, to be able to go into this nice studio, that was all just a really cool thing, really big experience for us. And we got this really high quality product that we're really happy with, so we're just a crazy experience, one for the books.
And then alongside of that, even the publicity side of things, we're all new to this as well. We're just learning so much from the process, just taking things a little more seriously as a local band. And it's just been a great experience. Even though the COVID stuff, we're learning even much more and getting so much done. So what was your guys' reaction when you found out that Matt Noveski from Blue October was going to produce this album? I mean, I know you guys have listened to their music a lot, and Blue October's well known, but what was your reaction to find out that he wanted to produce your EP? Well, that's awesome. What were those conversations we were having, Nick, when we were first talking about what studio we wanted to go to, and we were sitting at your house, me, and Jeff Dees. We were looking at a promo for the studio.
Yeah, we were. And I think we also did have a room with all the guys too to show them the place. We were just sitting there talking about it, man, and we were just the studio is it's really top notch. We were super excited. I remember making the conversation where we were we were talking about recording the new EP and trying to maybe write some new songs for it and everything. We were talking about, how cool it'd be to get Justin from Blue October on the track, something like that. Which ultimately that didn't happen, but then just a few months later we went and recorded with their bass player, So it was just small world stuff, how it happened like that. We were just talking about recording stuff and hopefully maybe getting a guy from Blue October to be on a track or something. And then we had one of their guys produce the whole EP. It blows my mind, It's just we
also
started that studio.
that also sparked, like, right after we got to play the Weenie Roast with them. Is that Live Nation's Weenie Roast?
It was 94.5 The Buzz, probably put on through Live Nation. But, yeah, the big radio station down here in Houston, they put on the thing, and Blue October headlined, and we got to open it. That was really, really cool. That was the first time meeting them.
Yeah, so I think that kind of opened the doorways for us to even have those kind of thoughts like, man, we could record with these guys, and it could actually be what we envision, you know, like almost essentially like a Blue October meets Hold On Hollywood. I mean, that's a dream come true for us.
Yeah, it was really cool, man. We just reached out, and they were super down to earth, and they just like, you know, hey, come and record. And Matt was like, you know, if you want me to be a part of the record, I can. We can talk about that, you know. And he just offered it straight up, you know. We were like, yeah, well, we were hoping, you know. So it's a really fun experience, definitely.
Any tracks standing out more to you than any right now on the EP? I know it must change every time you listen to it or you talk about it. I know these are your babies, but are there any that stick out for both of you?
I definitely have to say Movies has always been the one from day one for us. I think that really stands out for us. That's why we pushed it as our single and made the music video for it first and all that. We really wanted people to hear and see that song. It's just something about it, you know. I'm sure Devin would probably say the same one. What do you think, man?
I agree. I'm obsessed with that song. Yeah, you're right. There are our babies, but this is like our cherished baby that's really polished and really adored that we want everybody to love and enjoy. The rest of the songs, we do love them so much, but I think there's a time and place to promote that song, but just right now it's perfect for Movies with everything that's going on in the world.
Yeah, definitely, I agree.
Was it hard to choose between the current set of songs? Which one would be the first single you wanted to release for this EP?
Definitely not. Like we said, that song from, like, you know, that the funny thing is that song was the most recent one written out of all the songs in the EP. Some of them had been coming together since the beginning of the band, like the song Too Late, the last original song on there, because there's 5 songs, the last one was a cover. Our last original song on the track 4, I wrote the intro guitar to that like 5 years ago, like when the band first started, and could never finish it until Ian, you know, years after that, finally one day got in the room with Devin, a rehearsal room, they started demoing it out, and they just kind of slammed together and put the song together, like in one night. And it took years for that song to be realized, you know, but Movies came along at the very end, and me and Devin one night after a rehearsal, we got together, started jamming an idea. I was like, hey, I got this idea for a vibe for a song. Help me write this out. You know, we sat down together and started with a tambourine and some bass guitar to get that real dancing, you know, almost like just feel a good vibe to it. And it kind of just wrote itself really quickly and easily. And we just knew right then and there we had something special on our hands. Everybody was like, this is the song. You know, when we showed it to Matt Devin, you know, all the songs we had in mind, he was like, that's the song. That's the one out of all of them. That's your best one. And everybody just knew. There was no question about it, I think.
Are there any songs, guys, that didn't make this EP that we could see down the line on another EP or a full length possibly from you guys?
Wow, that's one of the best questions we've gotten, like, I think, so far to this date.
Yeah, definitely.
I think this one hits home because there are a lot of debates. I can't tell you how many nights we've gone back and forth or how many times we've gotten irritated with each other just because of our difference in opinion for just as far as the song goes, because we all adore them so much. We all played a big part in writing them and seeing them come to life, and we all want people to hear, you know, the songs that we love. But I think a couple of our older tunes, just like Nick was talking about, some of our songs are even unreleased still, were some of our early songs. And some of our fans, our close friends as well, love those songs, cherish those songs, come to our shows expecting to hear those songs. And we still haven't released them. And some of those songs didn't make the cut for this new EP. Unfortunately, you know, it just costs so much to squeeze in every song. So I think further down the line, you will expect to see more of the songs that we play live releasing here and there, and the old fans will obviously love it, and we're going to put all the production that we need to put into it and see it really come to life how it needs to.
But how long have you guys been setting on these songs? And this is what I love to find out, because this is like history for me, going back to digging your guys' brains, because, you know, you guys, not just you specifically, but other bands, they've been setting on some of these songs for, I don't know, 10, 15, 20 years before they see the light of day. And it's like, wow, you know, what if they put this out, like, say, at the beginning? You know what I mean? It blows my mind. So what about you guys? How long have you guys been sitting on these songs?
When we first got together, we wrote 6 songs. Because we were like, because down around here in Houston, there's, you know, to play on shows, you typically want to have at least a 30-minute set. So we wrote about 6 songs, makes a good 30 minutes, you know, you can play live and get out and open with some bands. We were fortunate to play our first show with Drowning Pool at one of our hometown bars, BFE Rock Club, and we got 30 minutes to play. So we were writing 6 songs for that to try to fill that time. Well, 4 of those songs ended up making our first EP, Save Me. 2 of them, Overdose and Far From Perfect, still have not seen the light of day on being recorded. And since then, we've written other songs, like Fading Out and stuff like that, that still also very good songs, and they have not seen the light of day. And so some of these are coming up on 5-6 years of being written and not being officially released. Some of them, 2, 3, 4 years, Fading Out is actually a song our singer Ian wrote before he even knew any of us, like years and years and years ago. So that's no telling that song could be, I'm not even sure when he wrote it. It could be 7, 8, 9, 10 years old. And he finally just started playing it. We used to do acoustic shows all the time, me and him, and he started playing it at the acoustic shows. And we all loved it. We were like, dude, this song is amazing. All the people at the acoustic shows were like, dude, your song, that's amazing. It's such a good song. So we were like, dude, we got to do the song. Bring it to the band. Let's play it as a group. So we started playing it, and people just eat it up. They love it. So I think definitely you'll probably be seeing that one soon. It seems to be a crowd favorite. I don't think we can sit on it too much longer. I think it's got to see its time in the spotlight for sure. But it's crazy, man. Some of these songs have been there since the start, and they haven't seen, any actual recording equipment ever.
So writing these songs, guys, does it still challenge or push you guys to come up with something new and stay fresh with Hold On Hollywood's music? Do you like the way the progression is going? Do you like going outside that box with these new songs?
I know you love that question, Nick.
Oh, no, I was going to let you take it, man. I'm going to let you take it.
I'll let you bounce off of me for sure. Yeah. So I think, especially with Nick and I, cool thing that we're both here because, we've been writing together for so long. We were like jumping into the music world as like professionally we did together. So we every step of the process we've learned, we've talked, we've spoken, and especially with these songs, a lot of these songs gain structure when Nick and I sit down in the same room. So I think I'm very proud of where everything's come. This is all 10 years ago. This was just a conversation. 5 years ago, this was just a conversation. And to see where the songs have come, how far they've come, just in our writing styles, and it have just, I don't know, they just, gone crazy over the years. The things that we're capable of now, I just never would have guessed that, Nick and I would have started in the garage together. But I'm very proud of them. Go ahead, Nick.
Like you were saying, it's been a long time coming. We started playing together when we were 15. And that was our first band we ever played together, and what he mentioned earlier. And we've been playing together ever since. So, we're talking on, over 10 years now. We've been doing this together. And our writing process has come a long way, but it definitely at times still can be challenging because, we are, over this time, we've had 5 or 6 years or so now with Ian and Corey in this one project. And when we met them, we had to kind of relearn how to write together. Because, me and Devin worked together well, but we didn't know how these guys were going to work with us. So we got together and started writing more. And I think those first early songs you see, or we were starting to learn, but you see on this new EP, the songs that came after that, there's definitely a maturity in there, a progression. But some of those songs, like I said, took years to write. Sometimes it just takes a long time. Sometimes it comes together in 2 or 3 nights, like movies did. It happens real fast. It just depends on the song, depends on who's really feeling it, who's just got the idea. Sometimes, it could be Devin who's just reeling off all the ideas. These are great. And we're like, yeah, this is awesome. Sometimes it's Ian, sometimes it's me or Corey. You never know. It just depends on the song, the moment. It can definitely still be challenging at times to write a song. I've had a song that I wrote just recently, just demoed up here at my house, and I just can't seem to put any lyrics on it. I just can't do it. I wrote all this music to it, and the lyrics just they won't come. Sometimes it's challenging. At that point, this is when I think I should take it to my bandmates and be like, hey, guys, look, I can't do anything with this. I wrote this really cool thing here. What do y'all guys think? Let them try to take a stab at it. You got to open up sometimes. I think it's definitely much better as a collaborative team effort when you're writing songs, especially in a band thing, and it can help you overcome those obstacles, those challenges you might, come across. Because sometimes somebody will see something differently than you will, and they can look at it from a better perspective. So, yeah, something like that.
Now, this music video for the single Movies, it was directed, shot, and edited by Blake Ralston. How was working with him on this, guys? Man,
Blake's one of our longest friends. So this was an easy transition for us, just to get into and help build a super professional idea that we all had. And Blake especially came to the table with so many great ideas. I mean, he really stepped it up. I think a lot of this video is just kudos to him, Nick and Jeff and all the guys, and Ian, and just, everybody's vision really, really came to life. And it was a beautiful product. But Blake's been around us since Nick and I's first band, so he's always gotten the vision, and he's always been on board 100%. I mean, this guy's even at every show we're at in town. I mean, even some of the ones out of town. He's so dedicated to what we're doing and what we believe in. He's a strong asset to the team.
Yeah, 100%, man. He's our photographer. He's our video guy, our photo guy. He always has been since day one, like he was saying. So there wasn't much of a transition there. It was just like, it was easy. It was just like, riding the bike. He just got back on the bike. We just had to do it on a bigger bike, a nicer bike this time. We wanted something more grand. And we're really, really happy with how the video came out, with all the narrative scenes in there and the performance scenes. It seemed like we wanted to shoot something that was really pro level, that we felt like, on that big band level that matched what we thought this EP felt like. And Blake, he came together with us, and it worked. So we can't complain. If you can keep it in the family, keep it in the family. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
That's right.
Exactly. Yeah.
I know we touched on this just a little bit earlier. The CP was produced by Matt Noveski of Blue October. So let's talk about him just a minute. Working with him, did he get something out of you guys that maybe somebody else might not have gotten? I mean, I know overcoming the awe of your favorite band is to work with him, but besides, pushing that to the side, working with him, did he get something out of you all that somebody else may not have gotten?
I think you could say that he probably did. He made some suggestions that were really strong for these songs, and really he worked as a producer. He wasn't one of the guys just sitting on the sidelines like, oh yeah, I'm here, I get a payday, whatever, I'm not going to be involved. He was there helping us shape the guitar tones, telling us, no, you need to redo that, you can do that better, this and that. Working with Ian hands-on with the vocals, because vocals was so important. Like, man, no, do that again, you could hit that note better, you could sing it with more emotion. And he made some suggestions and changes to these songs that are huge suggestions, huge just like differences and drastic changes from what they were before, but nothing where it's like so out of the realm where it was like, oh, this is crazy. It was just like little things that they make a world of difference. Even though they're such small changes, they make the song feel so different massively, and they really, really like brought it together. I think maybe songs have that extra oomph to them that gave them that more professional, just big band sound that we really are looking for. Somebody like him who's been in a successful band for years and knows how to write songs that accommodate more to radio and that alternative rock kind of vibe that we are going for. We really learned a lot of things about songwriting in general and just the whole process of being in a real studio like that from Matt. And I really, really appreciate all he did for us on this EP. It was a really, really awesome and cool experience that we got to learn a lot from.
Man, it was even shocking to me at times where, okay, let me record this drum part that I've been playing this certain way for 4 or 5 years, and now it's ingrained into my muscle memory, and Matt will be like, hey, hold up, I hear something for this part. What if you try this like little Travis Barker, kind of, thing right here in this verse? Maybe just spice it up, add some more feel into this section. Man, he came with phenomenal ideas just from every angle. Not just, he's a bass player, but not just bass is his strong suit. It is every instrument. He knows, he hears something. And that changed us so much. Now we hear those things. Now we remember the things that advice he's given us, the things that we learned when we were there. We paid attention so closely, man. It was a hell of an experience.
What do you both hope everyone takes away, or message you hope they hear while listening to any of Hold On Hollywood's music in general? What do you hope they get from it?
Man, I just I hope people enjoy it and they find something they can relate to in it. We write a lot of songs that focus around love, because love is like the most basic human emotion I think everybody can relate to in one way or another, whether it's positive or negative. We have songs that cover every spectrum of it, and I just hope somebody can relate to it. If they're going through a hard time, if they're going through a good time, whatever it is, they can find something in our music that moves them, whether physically or emotionally. I say good music needs to move you one of two ways. It needs to make you either dance, which is the physical movement, or it needs to move you emotionally, which is in your head. It needs to make you feel something in one way or another. And I just hope that our music can do that for somebody, no matter what they're going through, a good time or a bad time. They can find something that comforts them in our songs and makes them want to listen to it over and over again, and they never get tired of it, and they want to share it with their friends and family. That's all I can hope for.
Agree.
What can fans expect at a show from Hold On Hollywood who have not got to see you guys live as of yet? What are they going to get when they come to see you all once everything gets back to normal?
Oh man, that's a scary question. I feel like with some of these guys, you just never know what you're going to get. You might get some lap dances. You might get some shots all over you. You might get some, I don't know. You might get some rock and roll. I don't know what you're going to get. I don't know. you just got to come to a show. It's a crazy experience all the time. We're always looking to step it up. We build our whole image and everything around us being up on the big stage. And so we try to sell that at each and every show, whether it's a small bar or a big bar. You just got to come to a show. We're going to find a way to make it larger than life.
Yeah, like we always say, we try to bring that stadium level show or that rock show into a bar club near you. So it's definitely, you never know what you're going to get.
So since everything is getting kind of opened back up just a little bit from the quarantine, from the COVID-19 here, do you think concerts and festivals will have the same impact as before with sales and attendance? Or do you think this has hurt it in the long run? Because, I mean, we're going to have some major changes probably once all this gets back to some normalcy.
100%.
Yeah, definitely.
I think the biggest adjustment is the online presence of things. You've shook a lot of the world. Entertainment has to change. Look at sports. It's a perfect example. Look at the big guys that have been changing the game. Look at the UFC, doing their whole thing of fights with no crowd at all. They did that with no issue at all, and it was phenomenal. Still, just as entertaining as it was before. I think you can start to see that from every area. I believe me and a lot of people I know watch DJs or artists start to perform on Instagram Live now, and not to an audience inside the room, but just to the people on the phone. And I think people love that just as much. They can still enjoy entertainment from their couch at home. So I think as long as we start to stay considerate of those things, of how the world's changing, music will still stay relevant. Live shows will still stay relevant.
100%, man. Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of things that I love to watch. I like NASCAR. I know a lot of people don't like it, but I like watching it. They have no fans right now at the event, so they're doing it. AEW from wrestling, they're doing it with limited people, but it's like people that's wrestlers that are there outside, for the fans. And,
right.
I think it's awesome. I dig it. But that's just me, though, and I think bands should take advantage of this streaming now that everybody's doing. Take advantage of it. I mean, that's what it's there for. That's what this streaming has always been there. It's just, I guess it's crazy how something like this has to happen before we take advantage of what we have at our fingertips. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
Yeah,
I'm so glad it did
in a sense, it helps you open up a whole new avenue on things, and it lets you realize honestly the greatness and ingenuity of human beings, in the face of adversity, how they can always get around things some way or another and try to keep life feeling normal, even if it's, the most crazy thing that's happened in, like, your lifetime, because we haven't seen something like this, in, like 100 years or something, and a pandemic, but just the technology and the things that we have that are still able to bring people together. I do think that, festivals and concerts will definitely probably see a decline in attendance for a good while, maybe up until 2021. Mm-hmm. You might not really see any festivals and stuff like that happening until then. But I think we will get past this. We'll come back stronger than ever. And people, when we do come back, will be hungry for it, and they will be wanting to get out there. And then at that time, we may see a boost in attendance and sales, and stuff like that, which is always great. It's always great when there's a new renaissance of things like that, So I really hope it does come back together sooner than later. But, definitely when it's all safe, for sure, 100%.
Is there a country that stands out or shocks you that Hold On Hollywood's music gets support from, or your music even gets played in? Have you seen any playlists or anything, or any statistics that's kind of shocked you that your music gets played in?
Man, I was looking at our Apple Music, for artists thing or whatever, when we released this new EP after it had been out for just a little bit. And we were getting a lot of streams for a while there. I don't know how. I'm not sure. I don't know the full details on how Apple Music works yet. They're trying to figure it out. It's something new to me. I'm more of a Spotify guy, like YouTube and stuff like that. But Apple Music, they were playing our songs on there. They were streaming, and they were getting a lot of plays in Russia and Moscow, particularly. And I mean, I don't know how that happened or why, but it was the second top, or some days it even overtook at first place. But we were getting thousands of spins a day, on movies in particular. They were really loving that song over there. I don't know how we got over there, what happened, but that surprised me a lot. That kind of was whoa, how'd that happen? I wanted to figure it out.
I will tell you guys this right now. I've been doing this for 9 years, and once Brazil Russia, Germany, all those places start to pick up on you, I have noticed there's been like a trend. Everybody else will pick up on you as well. So don't be surprised if you have a lot of other stuff coming out, like from Australia, Norway, Ukraine, things like that, because my Podbean has just been exploding with things like that. So kudos to you guys, and keep doing what you're doing.
Thanks, man.
you,
I hope so. I hope they pick up on it. That'd be really awesome.
Folks, you want to get out and pick up Hold On Hollywood's, their new EP, Love Stories. You want to get out and pick that up, and also check out their single Movies. You want to check that out as well. So, guys, how can folks stay in touch with you, buy some merchandise, tour dates, this EP, everything like this before we get to some normalcy? How can they do that?
They can head over to holdonhollywood.com, man. It's very simple, easy to find. Just holdonhollywood.com. We have everything on there. We have our music videos, merchandise, tour dates. You can buy, shop, and everything on there. Keep up to date with us. And it also has links to all of our social medias, which we're on every major one: Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, you name it. We got it. We want to see you out there. We want to meet you. If you can come to a show, or if you can just listen to some music, share it with a friend, it all means the world to us. We would love to hopefully someday come play a show in your town and get to meet you. So holdonhollywood.com is your place to find out about it all, and hopefully we'll see you soon, yeah?
And before I let you go, would you care to do a promo for the show?
Just do it.
Hey, this is Nick.
And this is Devin from Hold On Hollywood.
And you're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Everybody stick around. We got some great stuff coming up, and you only hear these interviews right here on BODS Mayhem Hour and BODS Mayhem Hour podcast. Please get out and check out our Facebook page that has our YouTube link, podcast link, every link that we are associated with, and we are all over the platforms. Trust me. You want to get out and support us, and also get out and check out Hold On Hollywood. Grab their EP, Love Stories. Check out their new single, Movies. You will not be disappointed. So, Nick, Devin, I wish you guys nothing but the best of luck.
Thank you so much,
really
sir.
appreciate
Thank
that.
you for your time.
You're listening to BODS Mayhem Hour.
Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.